Good afternoon, welcome to the Midday News, and to present it, my name is Amazing Katamanda with the headlines. Poor work culture annoys Deputy Government Chief Whip. Church urges President Hakainde Hichilema to seek counsel from LUNGU.
Team, the trajectory of the business looks very positive, and it looks like we'll be able to launch the mission.
She has so much data.
Mom?
Yes, baby?
It says here, global warming and climate change is caused by the pollution from careless activities of human beings.
Wow!
Son, do you know I can turn my phone into a TV remote?
How's that possible?
It's so easy. Check this out.
Be smart, be fast with mega data from Zamtel. Get your 15 GB mobile data for only 100 kwacha, 30 GB mobile data for only 200 kwacha, and your 70 GB LTE data bundle with free Netflix, YouTube, Facebook, and WhatsApp. Visit our Facebook page, website, or service centers countrywide for more information. Zamtel, your digital lifestyle partner.
On Monday, 14th March 2022, on National Matters, join Pastor Moses Chilwa as he hosts the Mines Minister, Honorable Paul Kabuswe.
We want to be cleared of the allegations that have been thrown around that the Ministry of Mines has been mishandling the issuance of the mining licenses. Of course, we have inherited a system. I must say that we inherited a system that was, I'll use a very bad word, the system was rotting.
At exactly 20:45 hours, as they discuss mining sector in Zambia, what is the way forward?
Any license that will have been issued in this period will be null and void.
Invite others to participate through phoning, on Skype, Zoom, WhatsApp, and text messages. Make a date with us. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
Kemba Member of Parliament Princess Kasone says the declining work culture in Zambia needs urgent attention if the country is to make progress. Ms. Kasone says it has been observed that many employees in the country are not paying attention to work but only working to draw a salary. The Kemba MP, who is also Deputy Chief Whip, says the call by the President Hakainde Hichilema during the address at the Parliament Friday that employees should desist from waiting for hangouts but work should be taken seriously by all citizens.
Sometimes you go to an office, the receptionist is not even paying attention to what they are doing. That is the face of a company. That is the face of the organization. They are on Facebook or WhatsApp. The moment they hear your Honorable Kasune or Government Deputy Chief Whip, then, oh, Honorable, come and sit. Why should it be that in our own country we are treating each other like Animal Farm, where other animals are more equal than others? You should just be given the respect because you are Zambian, because you are a client at that company. You don't even have to be Zambian. As long as you are a client, as long as you have come in an office, and if my responsibility is being a secretary, if my responsibility is being a cleaner, you know, we need just to embrace each other. And every job is critical. I had to learn this when I went outside the country, where what do you call them? The plumbers, they are respected. The garbage collector is respected. So long are the days where we should look at the people who pick garbage and say, oh, you look down on them. What will happen to you if the garbage collectors are not picking garbage? What will happen to you if the bus conductor is not doing his job? Will you know which bus to get on? What will happen to you if the marketeers are not selling so that you can buy even from work so that you can go and cook?
Zambia's President Hakainde Hichilema has pleaded to continue on the path of unity started by the late former head of state, President Lupia Banda. Speaking when he visited the funeral house in Lusaka's Relay area Sunday afternoon, Mr. Hichilema has described Mr. Banda as an epitome of peace, unity and selflessness, a legacy should live in every Zambian. And President Hichilema says former President Lungu will also be kept in the loop with whatever is happening regarding the funeral.
Messages of goodwill have continued pouring in as it marks day 3 since the demise of the 4th Republican President Rupiah Banda. The former head of state died on 11th March 2022. His residence has since been a hive of activity, with dignitaries, senior government officials and various political players trooping in to pay their respect. President Hakainde Hichilema Sunday afternoon visited the funeral house to pay his respect, where he urged family members to remain united at all times.
To say that we drew a lot of guidance from Arabic. Most of you know that this 12th of August last year, 13, 14, 15th of August were very difficult days in the history of our country. And Arabi stood in the middle and kept this country hopeful. He performed wonderful function outside there. I think the fool is somewhere. What the nation saw was superficial, but behind there he did a lot of to bring us to the situation that the public all know by now. So we're very grateful for that. We talked unity here in this house. We talked economy in this house. I think for today, I wish to end by encouraging the family to continue with the unity, to coordinate with government. Where we need it, we'll be available.
And Mr. Banda's family representative, Fisher Mwale, says the family is united and in agreement with all the processes being done regarding the funeral by government.
Has been heard or said is just innuendos which does not arise from this family. We are united in one cause, and that is to truly send off our hero, our father, in the most dignified manner. And we've accepted unreservedly the entitlements that the Secretary to the Cabinet explained to us. And there's been no illusion at all as to where we are burying our dearly departed. It is first of all under the auspices of the state, under your auspices, Mr. President, and it is here in Lusaka at the place where we've been accorded the respect and status and honor to bury our late father, our late president. That is the designated presidential burial ground. I want to assure you, Your Excellency, that at no time have we departed or deviated from that requirement. I thought I would seek your indulgence to take this opportunity to clarify to you some of the things which we surprisingly had. The Banda family is not divided in any form or matter, and are unified in this belief that we are burying our dearly departed here at the presidential ground.
The funeral gathering will now officially move to Molongoshi International Conference Center and Belvedere Lodge in Lusaka's Kablonga area, with Thursday being set as the day on which the official state funeral will be held and burial on Friday, marking the close of the 7 days national mourning period. Sharon Kalimbula, Camnet News, Lusaka.
Bible Gospel Church in African Bigoka presiding Bishop Peter Nglovu has advised President Hakainde Hichilema to unite the nation at all costs. Speaking to Camnet News at the funeral house for the late 4th Republican President Banda, Bishop Nglovu says Zambia has only one head of state who should be respected and taken care of as the father of the nation. And Patriotic Front Mpolokoso Member of Parliament Ban Munduwile has described Mr. Banda as a pillar of unity in the nation and says his legacy must live on by ensuring the unity is enhanced away from political lines.
11th March 2022 presented a dark cloud to the Zambian people at the news that the fourth Republican President, Rupiah Banda, had died at his residence where we are right now. This afternoon, President Hakainde Hichilema came to pay his respect. Among other people that have spoken about the unity that was exhibited by Rupiah Banda are the clergy and those from the former ruling party Patriotic Front. Earlier in the day, we spoke to Mpolokoso Member of Parliament, who is also leader of the opposition in Parliament, Brian Munduwile, who led a delegation of members of Parliament as well as those from the Central Committee in the Patriotic Front, and he actually asked President HH to seek counsel from President Edgar Lungu as the only surviving father of the nation.
It's been a very sad journey that in the past few years we've lost most of our past presidents, and now we are left with one, Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu. It's incumbent upon all of us across the political divide and as Zambians to ensure that we respect this one life that is remaining. It remains a repository of knowledge and experience, having been or being a past president. So I want to call upon Zambians to ensure that we, as much as possible, learn from President Edgar Chagwa Lungu, being the only remaining former president. We know, of course, that in politics we share divergent views, different political aspirations, but there comes a time when we must be Zambians. And it's through times like this that we must reflect deeply on how we want to go forward as Zambians. So I feel that Edgar Chagwa Lungu, as a former president, should remain an icon and a repository of knowledge where we all should go and consult, including the current president. Let him embrace his brother, knowing that now that's all that he has in terms of consultations, in terms of sharing experiences. He's the only one that we have.
The father figure who was tolerant, who was able to forgive and forget, and personally, I would just remember one key element I learned from him. He always emphasized the aspect of loyalty, that you should be loyal to others for others to be loyal to you.
Democratic Party President Harry Kalaba, who was also here to pay his respect and had a conversation with President Hakainde Hichilema on the sidelines as he was signing the book of condolences, which is placed right here at the residence of Rupiah Banda.
President Rupiah Banda was a unifier. In our country, which is literally divided on ethnic and regional lines, President Banda was best suited to unify this country, to, bridge the divide that exists in our country. I shudder to imagine who would do it, that he has gone. The age allowed him, the experience allowed him, everything allowed him to take up that statesmanship role, but it's gone. And also, he was playing a very big role in also unifying President Hakainde Hichilema and the former president, President Edgar Lungu. So he was trying to bridge the divide. So who would do it? It's difficult. So it's a huge loss for our country. And as a former foreign minister himself and myself, he's one person myself I used to consult.
We also took time to speak to Bishop Ndlovu, who emphasized on the need for President HH to put aside all the differences and focus on uniting the country.
To say that let us come together. The president of Zambia is now only left with one former president, and that you cannot take it out. And then those who have gone before him, he can also consult. It is important that we unify ourselves and preach peace, and that the voice of one Zambia, one nation should continue to be promoted. And we wish that the President HH will just bring us together now. Even the departure of RB, we still have ECL as a former president. Let us also respect the office of the president so that it's honored and will continue to be honored as well.
Sharon Kalimbula, Camnet News, Lusaka.
The Kalumbila District Youth Association has challenged youth in the country to offer their time to community services which will bring sanity to communities. Organization Chairperson Boniface Siwakanya says it is important to ensure that institutions that offer health services such as clinics and hospitals are cleaned so as to help prevent diseases such as malaria. Mr. Siwakanya says cleaning of facilities and other government institutions should not be left to the government alone, but that the youths play that role at ensuring the government facilities are kept clean.
To extend our appeal to other youths out there to say it is not a matter of being busy with other things. It is important once in a while to make sure that community services are offered to the community. We belong to the community and we need to make sure that institutions like those that offer health services are clean. You know, there is also a saying that goes like, health is wealthy. So we feel for our colleagues that are in the hospitals, and of course we know that most of them are being attacked by malaria. And for that being the case, the least we can do as youths is to clear these places so that we can also fight malaria using this alternative, so that we do not have so many people heaped there for malaria cases.
This brings us to the end of our midday news, but before we go, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Poor work culture annoys deputy government chief whip. Church urges President Hakainde Hichilema to seek counsel from President LUNGU. Thank you for joining us on the midday news. This has been amazing, Katamanda. Good afternoon.